Ouch, that one looks like it hurt. This is a perfect reason to avoid road rage both as a commercial and a passenger driver. The truck will win every time, but as a trucker, avoid getting into these situations at all costs. Luckily, it looks like no one was hurt and it was caught on a dash cam. Keep watching and we'll show you another dash cam video with one of our quick trucking tips, where one of our CDL trainers will break down what happened and how to avoid it. Welcome back to the August newsletter. I'm your host, Texas Matt, and this month we'll be going over a new bill in Pennsylvania that could affect out-of-staters coming into the state. ATRI gathering info on truckers' opinions on driver cameras and some common IFTA mistakes you might be making. So let's jump in. There's a bill working its way through the Pennsylvania legislature that could impact all drivers on the road. That bill has to do with throwing snowballs at pedestrians. Geez. Really though, you can be fined for not putting in a reasonable effort to remove snow or ice from the top of your vehicle. If that snow or ice ends up causing a serious accident or death, you could see a fine of up to $1,500. And that's not all. This bill would allow officers to pull you over and fine you for about $80. For having snow on your car. Now, I know what you're asking yourself right now. It's summer, why are you guys talking about this now? Well, that's because at CNS, we're always aware of changes in rules, compliance, and you got it, weather. It doesn't hurt to know before signing on the dotted line. You're welcome. You know what they say, if the shoe fits, then you owe taxes on it. Of course, we are talking about IFTA here. IFTA, which stands for the International Fuel Tax Agreement. This is a program to collect and distribute fuel tax revenue between states and provinces based on where the fuel was used. As a trucking company that is operating across state lines, you already know about this. If you don't, call us right now. Either way, it involves lots of fun reports that your company has to do on a quarterly basis. Fun reports? You know what that means. Lots of fun paperwork for you drivers out there. Some common mistakes made when reporting on fuel taxes are late filings or even forgetting to report them. Forgetting to report them is a big no-no and can lead to fines and even audits, so you have to file your taxes. Who do you think you are, Scarface?
Tony, they know about the fuel taxes. They know. They're coming.
You don't know who you're messing with, man. You wanna play rough? Okay. Say hello to my little friend.
Other common mistakes are not reporting every mile and estimating fuel calculations. Do not do either of these. First, IFTA only cares about your work miles. They want to know how many miles you're driving since it's using fuel. Second, your numbers need to be exact down to the decimals. You wouldn't want your accountant looking at your finances and saying, it's close enough. Now, there are a few more common mistakes people make, and if you want to see what they are, check out the link in the description below. So, we have already shown you some footage on a dash cam, and we know that those can be very helpful in defending truckers when involved in accidents. Now, let's talk about driver-facing cameras. The American Transportation Research Institute, or ATRI for short, is conducting a survey to get truckers' opinions on these driver-facing cameras and asking a series of questions with a 1 to 10 scale rating. A few examples include asking truckers to indicate whether they like or dislike driver-facing cameras and road-facing cameras, or if they agree or disagree that driver-facing cameras can improve road safety. Now, we get the feeling most truckers don't take too much of an issue on road-facing cameras. It helps protect you in court from nefarious drivers trying to intentionally cause an accident and get a payout from the insurance. So the road-facing camera is like a shield for you, but the driver-facing camera may be a double-edged sword. Trucker News conducted a survey and found that 68% of participants found it to be an invasion of privacy. A lot of truckers are worried about what the camera is doing while they're not driving and view it as a form of control from the carrier. Listen, we hear you. You don't want your home to be monitored. This may be where you sleep, relax, and have your quality alone time doing whatever it is that you do. No judgments here. So we understand not wanting to be monitored, but there are some numbers to show the benefit to the driver-facing cameras. The main goal of the road and driver cameras is to watch for anything that might take the driver's attention from the road. So these cameras and warning systems have reduced driver fatigue by 67%, reduced distracted driving by 40%, and reduced cell phone usage by 97%. At CNS, we're about driver safety and compliance on the road, and those numbers prove it, so we support it, and we're not even getting into the insurance benefits. Just give it some thought. Nobody is out to get you specifically. It is just about safety and saving money, which is what every good trucking business should strive for. Not to keep patting the ATRI on the back, but they've done it again. They're looking into the best way to bring young adults from ages 18 to 25 into trucking. A new safe driver apprenticeship pilot program is going to take some of those under 21 youngsters driving interstate and train them so they can legally cross state lines. This is great, right? While many fleets are excited about this program, they are still hesitant about hiring young drivers. Can you guess what one of the big reasons is? Yep, insurance. All right. All you young drivers out there, don't get too discouraged yet. There are mega fleets out there that will take these young baby birds under their wing and There are mega fleets out there that will take these young baby birds under their wing as a new driver. Why? Because they can afford the insurance, of course. Plus, with the new Safe Driver Apprenticeship Pilot Program, these drivers can drive themselves until they're 21, which helps reduce the issues with inexperience when drivers first start out. What is a garaging address? Well, to put it simply, it's the address you store your vehicle when you're not using it.
Why is this important? Why am I trying to figure out your address? Let me in!
Well, we talked about this last month with the location of your business. In addition to that, it is also important to insurance companies that they know where your vehicle is when it's not being used. Whether you are in a rural or urban area makes all the difference in the world. If it's garaging in an urban area, your rates will be higher. Why? Well, it's because insurance models show metro areas as having higher populations, which means more cars, which means more people, more traffic, and increased chances of an accident, damages, and even theft. Insurance is all about low rates if they can confirm you aren't high risk and asking them for money every day. Geez, get a job, you bum. When they see red flags for your garaging and business address, they will raise your rates. Do you have an O restriction on your Class A CDL? Well, that is unfortunate because it basically means you can't drive a truck with a fifth wheel. How can something like this happen? Well, you tested without using the fifth wheel, which is basically like someone offering you invisibility as a superpower. And you just saying, no thanks, what would I use that for? With an O restriction, you're limiting what you can haul and the amount of money you can make because, in case you didn't know, the fifth wheel is what the trailer attaches to. Eliminating this restriction is easy, but it can be time consuming. You'll need to retake the test, do a vehicle inspection, show off your basic skills, and of course perform the road test again. It should be a cinch this time around, but it can take some time.
Hi, I'm Jeff Yaus, DTC driver instructor, and I'm going to review some videos here. Well, that was definitely the driver's fault. He should have multiple things. One, he should have done a tug test after hooking up to the trailer. And before he even moved that trailer, he should have gone either in front of the landing gear or behind it, taken a flashlight, shined up, make sure that locking jaws are closed on that trailer. Make sure that is hitched, you're not riding high. You always want to check that. Always looking at that fifth wheel, make sure your kingpin didn't ride high, make sure that those jaws are around that thing. Because if it didn't come off there, it'll come off down the road, and that'll be even a worse situation for you.
As you heard earlier, at CNS, we like to be proactive and ahead of the curve. We're forward thinking in that regard. With that in mind, you better get ready for flu season. Scheduling an on-site flu clinic could help your company save money. With everyone feeling healthy, you'll see up to 28% fewer unproductive work days, up to 44% less doctor's visits, and up to 45% fewer sick days. If you want to see these benefits in your workplace, CNS offers on-site clinics, so check out our occupational medicine division at cnsocmed.com. Links are below to schedule and start the flu season healthy. What's that? I can't hear you. You want beer mugs? Have fear of bugs? Oh, you need earplugs. If your employees are working in an environment at or above 85 decibels for 8 hours or more, then listen up, meatball. And you know how I like spicy meatballs. You need to have those workers take annual hearing tests offered by you, the employer. Now, I know what you're thinking. I don't have time to send all my employees to get tested. Well, good news. You can become a Certified Occupational Hearing Conservationist, or COHC for short. To become a COHC, you'll be trained in these 6 elements: noise measurement, noise control, audiometric testing, hearing protection, employee education and training, and record keeping. But are you going to trust anyone with ears to do this? Of course not. You want the expert ears of our very own Mindy Guillory. Look at those ears. Mindy is our head registered nurse at CNS Occupational Medicine and will be holding a 3-day certification and recertification course this year on September 7th through September 9th. If you have any questions about the course, please contact her at mindy@cnsocmed.com or 717-839-5466. It's hard to believe it's been 3 years since the start of COVID-19, but here we are. Life is more or less back to normal. People are washing their hands less, and most people have been throwing their mask in the air as if they just graduated from college. It's nice, but that doesn't mean you can let your guard down. A new variant known as BA.5 is lurking around the corner, and it's just a reminder that everyone should get their vaccines or get boosted if they haven't already. With vaccines and better treatment, deaths have gone down dramatically, but there are still about 300 people dying on average daily to COVID-19. So don't risk you and your loved one's health. Come to CNS Occupational Medicine and get shot. We'll even give you a stylish sticker and lollipop after your appointment. So that's it. August is wrapped up tighter than a goat rubbing an elephant's trunk. Doing these videos makes me think back to a simpler time when I was younger. My body wasn't slowly failing. I could walk down the street to see a friend, and we'd have fun exploring the boundaries of our neighborhood, which at the time just felt endless. We would do this until the stars were the only thing illuminating our way home. And I think back about that friend a lot, wondering if he thinks of me from time to time. Maybe he does when a warm breeze hits him just right on his walk home from work. I don't know, I just miss it. Summer, a time for adventure and exploration. Like any good book, it must come to an end though. And with that end marks a beginning. See you next month as we begin fall.